From our very first trip to Mentors, we were completely sold.
People always want to make a big impact on the world. One of my favorite things about Mentors International is that you really do make a big impact.
I've been attending galas with Mentors International for so many years. All I can remember is my hair was solid black and all of my kids were still at home. But this has been one of the greatest experiences I've ever had with a charity.
We saw a family go from their first loan to having a full running business and sending their children to college, and we said, this works.
I've often thought about this, but it's one thing to just hand somebody some money, but what Mentors does goes way beyond that. It's not a handout, it's a hand up.
What sets Mentors International apart from other organizations is that they really care about the individual.
You're not just feeding a family for a month. You're not just sending a child off to school for a year. And Mentors International is when someone gets a loan, they learn how to completely change their life.
So they mentor people by making microloans, but not stopping there. They make special effort to educate, to train, to teach them accounting, business principles, ethics, all of the things required to run a stable and prosperous business.
It's easy to give away money, but being there kind of like a family and a good friend and a mentor is what makes the big difference.
I have seen with my own eyes going on Mentors trips, families in Guatemala,
We have visited many countries, Honduras,
Dominican Republic,
and recently Mexico.
and we saw the people, and we saw their pride in what they had accomplished with their loans.
To see the results, it's just amazing to see how effective this is.
We saw a farmer who has expanded his farm, and he was now hiring neighbors and family and sourcing out to grocery stores.
When Mentors International gets involved with an individual, that individual then in turn can affect their children and their grandchildren and their great-grandchildren, and then a whole community can become independent and successful.
The types of businesses that we see out there are agriculture, making crafts or making dresses, running a local store in a little village, types of very simple businesses.
And we visited this one woman. They had bought a refrigerator. So here they are in this little Mayan remote community, and she had the only refrigerator on the block in the village. And she could take the lemonade, put it in baggies, and freeze it and have a special treat in the summer that was completely unique to anybody else. And it looked like she was doing a good business with that. It really struck something that people wanted and nobody else offered.
The best part is that the education that they gain is often transferred over to their kids or their neighbors or whoever else is helping them in their business.
So there's one woman that stands out to me that had a small fish market and she had big ideas. And she worked with mentors to grow her business. She ended up employing a lot of the people in her neighborhood, and her business grew so big. She not only provided education for her children, but also provided jobs for her community.
But in many cases, these businesses could not be created or could not grow beyond their current capacity without some kind of infusion of capital. Money to buy seeds or money to buy materials to make dresses, to create a little local stand in the village where people can come and buy products.
The fact that so many people repay their loans, that's phenomenal.
The payback rate is exceptionally high.
Their numbers are good. If you look at the numbers, they prove themselves, and the money that goes back into the organization, and then that money in return is loaned back out.
But it wouldn't be that way if they didn't work with them along the way.
These people who believed that they weren't anything or they couldn't achieve anything, all of a sudden learned that their own talents can be molded into something that can completely change their families' lives.
They are the ones who built it. They're the ones who grew the crops and made the product.
Now they have a way forward.
They have real pride of ownership in what they have accomplished.
My recommendation for everyone listening is that you get involved with mentors.
It doesn't give them a handout and you walk away. You give them a hand up.
I rate Mentors International as the very, very, very best of all charities that I've worked with.
I know where my efforts are going, and I know the impact that they make.
This is a charity that changes a whole generation of people.
I highly recommend getting involved with mentors and creating change.
This, for me, is the fulfillment of a true, well-rounded life.
It is so much more than just throwing money at a cause.
If you're really, truly looking for a way to make your dollars count to something that can make an impact on the world, I really strongly suggest making a donation to Mentors International, and you will be able to see what that donation can do. Just watch, and you will feel the difference that $1 can make.